so big on my head right now. I need to put it in the dryer so it shrinks back down. Oh my god, it's making my head look so little. I hope y'all are having a great day today. How is everybody? Happy Monday. It is Monday. I was about to say happy Tuesday. I just be skipping over Monday. At this point, my brain does not. It's an what is Monday? Today, we're going to be talking about balancing your hormones as a woman and really gaining that understanding of how plant based foods, plant based eating, and overall using balancing habits will support your hormones and getting back into the space of you feeling comfortable, you being supported, and you being able to feel alive inside your own body. Because there are a lot of women. Hold on, is the connection bad? If you can hear, and let me send out my shares too. If you can hear me well and clear, can you type a 1 in the chat for me? Because it's saying right now the connection is yellow. How's the connection for everybody? And welcome in if you're new here. Okay, it went away now. Is the connection fine? Is it good? Everybody can hear me clearly? Make sure that you can hear. Okay, now it's back green. You can hear me clearly? Everything's okay? All right. Well, now that we are here, you can hear me clearly now. Okay, great. We're going to be talking about women's hormones and balancing them and understanding how we can gain that insight and what's the root cause of where our hormonal imbalances are coming from, and how we can gain the understanding to fix them, to reverse them, to heal them. Because we know that the holiday of eating just passed, Thanksgiving, and a lot of people made choices that maybe they aren't proud of. Maybe it's misconstrued them on their health journey. Maybe overall has thrown them off and made them feel like that they are at the end of their health journey. And I know that a lot of people are all of nothing when it comes to their health journey, when it comes to diet culture and etc. That's what they teach you, that if you get off track at any point, it's all or nothing. You did it wrong. You're not on the same journey anymore. It's over with. But the way that we've been talking over this past month and how I've been reiterating to you, you should know that that's not the truth. That's not reality. Reality is the fact that we are human and we make mistakes. If you were prepared and you have everything set up, even when you have everything set up, there's always going to be some unknown factor. And so when you have the preparation in line, even if you are, let's say, indulging in a sweet snack, or let's say that you ate a fried food and you didn't necessarily stick to your regimen of what you normally eat for you to be healthier, it does not mean that you completely throw the whole health journey out the door and it's over with and you've done wrong. And so now there's no point of even trying. It's understanding that we all have cravings. We all like different things, different foods, whether it's sweets, whether it's savory, whether it's spicy or whatever else. And if you have the space where you set yourself up for success, then you know that it's not all or nothing. You don't have to wait until January 1st to get back on track, or until you set a new resolution or a new goal or lose 15 pounds first before you can do X, Y, and Z, right? It's knowing that emotional eating and comfort foods, family traditions, and stress don't all collide in your life as one and misconstrue your health journey. That if you want a comfort food, it's a matter of you having that comfort food and having the strategy for you to be able to give yourself that in a healthy space, a healthy light. And if something does not go the way that you were expecting it to have the discernment and the calm inside of your body to not completely stress yourself out, negatively self-talk about yourself, and think that I can't fix it until January. I can't fix it until the new year. Because the New Year's resolutions don't work. And you can see that they don't work because look at the gym, for example. People will sit there and they'll get in the gym January 1st, maybe before the new year, maybe in the end of December or something, and they'll try this out. And let's say that you try this for a couple months. But by the time that March is here, nobody is in the gym except for the regulars who have been there all year long. Maybe they've had memberships for years. They love this gym. This is their favorite gym. And usually during that time, they are less active in the gym, or at least active on the equipment and things that they really enjoy, because they know all the people who are heavy on going and doing a New Year resolution are in the gym January 1st, and by March won't be there anymore. And it's not because everybody has hit their goal and that they're ready to be done with the gym for the year and you don't need to work out anymore. But it's literally because of that like quick mantra in your brain of reiterating the fact that it's going to be a quick, fast solution, and that this is the way to fix what you have going on. This is the way that you're healthy. You get in the gym on January 1st and it's going to fix everything that you've done over the year. And then when it's finally hitting and the reality is hitting that you have to be consistent with it, that this isn't going to be a quick, fast, losing 20 pounds in 20 days, that this is something that you have to continuously do, that you have to enjoy the gym in order for you to get up and go. People realize that they don't enjoy the gym. People realize they don't want to be here. People realize that being on their health journey is harder when you're doing it based on diet culture. And it is. And it's because you haven't changed your habits. You've stepped towards something that is good, but you step 10 steps back when you believe that there's a quick, fast solution to the problem that you were having, knowing that you've eaten terribly for 20, 30, 40 years of your life. Trying to balance your hormones in a hormonally chaotic state is overwhelming when you do it from the space of diet culture. Trying to build a healthy lifestyle without any structure, without any strategy, is difficult, and it makes you want to give up. Trying to balance your blood sugar and not knowing how to feed the body, not knowing how you use food as medicine, makes it harder for you to be on a health journey getting away from diabetes. This is the endless cycle that people go down of trying to reduce their inflammation, trying to get rid of high blood pressure, trying to lose weight, and they don't understand how they're fighting their body every single day because you're not syncing with it. You're working so hard. People work so hard towards their health journey, but working hard, working without a foundation, working out without stability makes you tired. It makes you burnt out. It makes you inflamed, and it makes your whole entire life unpredictable because you don't have a set strategy of how to get to X, Y, and Z. It's not going to look the same for everybody of, okay, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to restrict these calories, I'm going to do this, and then it's going to work out, right? But knowing the fact that you using food as your medicine first, getting the mindset first, sorry, I skipped a phase, getting the mindset first, using food as your medicine second, and then you making sure that you have no non-toxic products in your life and supporting your hormones as a woman by cycle syncing, these are the steps that each woman to balance their hormone has to do. And so when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling burnt out, when you know the inflammation is heavy and you looking back and you're trying to figure out why you're working so hard and it's not working out the way that you should be and you're not in the rhythm that you should be, it's not because you're failing. It's simply because you are not prepared in the space that you are currently in. You are unprepared and you don't have the habits that have set you up for a healthy lifestyle and sustaining that lifestyle. They teach you in diet culture to depend on you having those quick little milestones, those reiterations of this feels good, I'm losing 5 pounds, it was quick, it was great. And that is quick stimulation, just like you watching TV or just like you eating something for your dopamine because you're emotionally eating, right? It does not last. It cannot last because it's giving you that quick hit of dopamine to make you feel good now. But what happens when it's over? You don't feel good. What happens when you have to gain that motivation back? Because everybody preaches and talks about how motivation is fleeting, but nobody talks about what to do when it leaves. Because I know I've seen so many different gurus who are talking about, this is how I stay motivated to be in the gym every single day. This is how I do this and get into the gym and eat right every single day. And it's about motivation. It's about drive. It's about hustle. But they're not talking in the perspective of somebody who does not sit here and do social media for their full-time job, or somebody who isn't a workout guru for the rest of their life. This is somebody who is an average everyday person who has a 9-to-5, who has kids. These people don't have the motivation every day to be in the gym. This is about having sustainable habits that support you in the lifestyle that you live. And that's what I teach when people are joining my Balanced Body program. It's about the consistency. It's about the rhythm. It's about nourishment. It's about knowing how your body responds every single day and having preparation, not punishing yourself for being hungry, not sitting here thinking that, oh, tomorrow I'm not going to have any motivation, and so that means I don't need to go to the gym. But understanding that, okay, tomorrow I might not have enough energy to go to the gym. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to have this YouTube video ready. Maybe I'm going to have a walk after work. I'm going to have less calorie intake tomorrow instead of me calorie counting and restricting. But instead, I'm going to make sure I eat more fruits and vegetables tomorrow because I'm not going to want to work out tomorrow. I'm not going to want to do X, Y, and Z. It's about knowing how your body operates month to month, because when you are cycle syncing as a woman, you understand every single day how your energy is going to be misconstrued. You understand every single day when you're going to have peak energy or when you're going to have low. Understanding saves the woman themselves from guessing, from having to play this game with yourself of PMSing, trying to guess and figure out what mood you're going to be in tomorrow, sitting here trying to explain yourself of why you're so emotional today. You'll know everything that is going to happen month to month when it comes to your internal self when you know how to cycle sync. But when you don't know how to cycle sync, then you start blaming everything on PMSing. Now you're sitting here talking about how you're in an emotionally chaotic state and you can't figure out why, and then you start your period in 3 days and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm menstruating. That's the reason why I was so emotional. A lot of people don't realize, especially women, that PMSing is something that is made norm and it's common, but it's not normal for the body to PMS. We have given it a cute little cutesy name to label it as, so when you go off on everybody, you have some excuse to use in 2 days to be like, well, I was PMSing. I'm sorry for yelling at you and crying. But in reality, that is your body's defense response to let you know you weren't giving enough nourishment all throughout the month. A lot of you have not used the bathroom enough. And when you don't use stabilizers and release pathways the way that you should be, you are not healthy internally. And so what happens is your gut is off, your digestive tract is off, your brain is off, and now your brain is sending signals that mimic PMSing. Now your brain is panicking and it's saying, you know what? We're going to have anxiety. We're going to be sitting here crying for no reason. We don't understand why. We're going to be over emotional and we're going to go off on the first person that ticks us off. We're going to have a short fuse. Because these things happen as a woman. We know that our hormones fluctuate. They go up, they go down. But having an imbalance is the problem. And that PMSing in itself is a sign of a hormonal imbalance. That is a sign for your body to let you know it was not given what it was needing all throughout the month. And so when you understand the language of what your hormones speak to you and you understand how stabilizers impact your body, how these release pathways have to be used, you understand the strategy of what the feminine looks like outside of you just using your feminine to get a man and to keep a man, or using your feminine to attract more different things in your life, because that all happens. That all comes and incorporates in itself. But you don't need that to be your vital focus. Your focus needs to be on what is giving my body what it needs to receive when it comes to nourishment. How do I support myself when it comes to balancing my hormones, stabilizing my blood sugar, helping detoxify myself on a regular basis without having to do some kind of gut cleanse or some type of crash diet, having energy that lasts, having blood sugar that is regulated every single time that you eat, knowing what cycle syncing feels like and how it helps support the body for the cravings that you have, the mood that you have, your gut. It helps every aspect, because when you are cycle syncing, you know what times you are more likely to be insulin resistant as a woman, because we go through a time where you are more likely to be insulin resistant than any other time of the month. Thank you for liking up the live. I really appreciate you. As well as the fact that what alignment looks like with the 4 phases of your cycle. So then you eat according to that cycle. So then guess what? You support the body. So during that time where you feel the most bloated, during your luteal phase, when you're about to start menstruating, but you're like, goodness gracious, I'm so bloated, I can't figure out why, I'm kind of feeling irritable, and you're trying to pinpoint why. When you're eating the foods that you need, when you're getting enough nutrients, you're getting enough fiber, especially fiber during this time, the body starts to positively respond to you. So then you're not sitting here feeling heavy and sluggish the whole entire time. And then when you finally start menstruating, you're like, it makes so much sense why I'm feeling like this. Because when you're still feeling like, especially because I talk to women of all ages, when you are in an older age, because I talk to women that are older than me, in an older age, and on top of that, you've had children and everything else, and you're still trying to figure out as a woman how your body operates. How are you going to raise a new generation of women, a next generation of any gender in general, that does not understand how the body is impacted every single month? Because it's not something that you should have to share with men about each phase and everything that you're feeling in your body, everything else. But being able to explain yourself and just say, I'm in my luteal phase, I'm bloated, I'm irritable, and so what I'm going to need is some grace, and what I'm going to need is some greens. That's as simple as that. Will go a long way. It seems simple. It seems something like that it's not rocket science, and it isn't. It's something really, really simple that will completely change the foundation of your healthy lifestyle and completely change how your emotions are impacted every single month. Just by knowing that your cravings, All of these are impacted just by you knowing and being aligned with how your body operates every single month, giving your body everything that it needs, allowing it to reset when it needs a time to reset, allowing it to flush, allowing it to rest, allowing it to be energetic and happy. But when you're not eating the things that you need and giving it what it needs, that's not possible. So a lot of people have that mindset that they'll start January 1st, that they'll, especially the people who, because I don't, like I told y'all, I stopped responding to the people who are asking me questions about the program that aren't necessarily questions about how do I get in here, this link isn't working, but rather they're asking, okay, but if I want to start then, is it still going to be available by, because it's not going to be available after January, okay? The last few people that get in at the end of this year will be carried into there, but it will be gone by 2026. And those people who think that they're going to start January 1st and they're going to join my program are going to be in for a rude awakening, because it's not going to be there. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? Welcome in. And the reason why is because I don't want to help the people who, I want to help everybody. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to be there for the people who think that they're going to do a crash diet on January 1st, have a New Year's resolution that they're going to quit by March. I'm here for the people who understand that it takes more than just starting a New Year's resolution on January 1st and starting to get right because they have a trip or something, or trying to get right because it's a new year, new me. I'm here for the people who understand that the calendar does not dictate how you are healthy. This is a lifestyle change that is sustainable and that you should be incorporating in your life all throughout the year, not something to do for you to have a resolution to meet the goal of you losing 20 pounds in 20 days or 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever else, because you can't keep living in a cycle of starting, stopping, starting, failing, starting, and then trying to reassure yourself that it's okay that you're this weight, and then negatively self-talking because you're hungry. Because all this does is just send you in this chaotic state with high cortisol that makes you not trust your own self. It puts you in fight or flight mode. And this throws off your hormonal balance because your feminine cannot handle all this chaos. And as a space of where the feminine thrives, which is a very, very lax structure, it cannot deal with all of this up and down combativeness that you have with your internal self, fighting your own internal self. I'm tired today and I know I'm fatigued, but guess what? I have to go to work and I have to do 20 other things after work. So I'm going to keep pushing because I have to hustle through. Your body does not like you hustling. Your brain has been trained to push through and hustle. But your body does not like hustling as a woman. All it does is put you in a hormonally chaotic state, and it makes you inflamed. And inflammation fuels diseases. It makes you exhausted, it makes you burnt out, and it makes you feel disconnected. But when you walk in clarity, in structure, in stability, everything has a rhythm that you sync with, and you don't lose that feminine. You don't lose that feeling of knowing what the body is supposed to feel like on a normal basis. But you have to stop swimming upstream. Learn how to swim downstream, which means knowing what the feminine, your internal woman, yourself feels like and looks like. The habits that help you shift are you first knowing how to eat to support the body rather than making it feel overwhelmed. Supporting your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, your gut every single day with what you are eating. Stabilizing the pancreas, stabilizing the brain, supporting the blood sugar to be stabilized so that way it doesn't cause panic all throughout the body. Because when you are throwing off one system, whether it's the kidneys, the pancreas, the liver, the gut, the brain, it sends panic signals all throughout the rest of the body. It's one band, one sound. It's a very intricate system that impacts each other. And so when you are throwing off one, you're throwing off the other. Think about this. When Christmas hits and everybody decides that they're going to start eating their comfort foods like they did on Thanksgiving. Think about how many different things in the meal that you eat that are throwing off your journey. And I'm not saying that you can't eat, nor am I saying that it's not possible for you to make these foods and still eat them. But it's a matter of knowing how to make them in a plant-based form that's still delicious, that's still great. Because as somebody who still eats good, and I've been plant-based for 5 years, I've made the family macaroni and cheese. I made the family yams. I make myself my own little side of, it's supposed to be like I want to say like a style of like a bourbon chicken because it gives it like sweet and savory kind of taste to it. I have made so many different renditions of all the foods that I used to love to eat for Thanksgiving as a child growing up. My mom used to make it, etc., in a plant-based form. And I have fed these to the same people who are not plant-based in my home, and they've thoroughly enjoyed them as well. So when I say that it's possible and it's not difficult, I mean that. I'm not true to I'm not new to this. I am true to this because you have to understand that it only takes you learning a recipe and trying versus you sitting here playing a guessing game and thinking, well, it's not going to work. And then you just give up. Sitting here and being prepared. Knowing that preparation helps you stay rooted in your journey, in your health journey, and helps you sustain it. Knowing that this makes your nervous system feel safe. This prepares your body to be able to not have all these crazy intense cravings. And it also keeps you from having that decline in your health journey because you make a bad decision and thinking, well, I'm starving. What else can I eat? What else can I do? I want to participate with everybody else. It's about preparation. And preparation does not have to be difficult. You just have to have a set plan. You know Christmas is coming. So why wait until the day before Christmas to decide what are you going to eat? This only causes chaos when you sit back and you know that you have a set way for you to be able to do things. You have a plan or you have a way to make a plan. And then you sit back and say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. That's procrastination. And procrastination is the biggest downfall for a lot of women. A lot of women talk about procrastination. A lot of women come to me and they don't even realize how much they procrastinate until we talk about making a plan or we talk about getting your mindset right. And then they start talking about, okay, well, this is what I've tried. This is what I've done. Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, keto, paleo, and etc. And it usually lasts about this long. And then I get hungry. Then I have cravings or I give up. And I'm like, do you plan out your food before you get hungry? And then people usually say no. Or they say, well, I might have this and I get hungry and then later on I don't want that anymore. And I'm like, do you plan for that? Because it's not that difficult. It's just like kids. Like when you think about kids, how you know, let's say your child doesn't like green beans and you know that you fix green beans, but you have something on the side because you know they're probably going to eat those green beans, but you still want them to have greens. So maybe you made them a smoothie. You have to treat yourself just like you would that child. Have that discernment and have that grace. And understand, even though you aren't a kid, that you are learning something new. You are on a new journey and you enjoy life just like everybody else. So you have to make it an enjoyable process. You should be enjoying your health journey. You should know how to balance your plate and not starve yourself. But when you don't know how to do these things, this is why women fall off during the holidays. And then they feel unprepared and they try to figure out how to get it all back by January. And their hormones are so thrown off. It's an emotional disconnect from what your body is needing. But the emotional connection that you've been waiting for starts when you not just eat better, but you actually try and indulge, or you try to not indulge yourself. I was going to say engulf yourself too, but I don't like that word. But you try to... I'm just going to say you try new things, try new recipes, try out new methods instead of just doing the same thing, which is diet culture. Understanding that regulating your mood looks like you're going to have to track yourself for a couple of months so you can understand what you feel like on a daily basis so we can figure out where the fatigue is coming from. Knowing that you feeling bloated and you feeling disconnected is because your body hasn't stopped working or turned against you, but it's because it's giving you signs that you are overinflamed and that it needs your help. It's giving you signs to let you know you didn't give me what I needed. So in order for you to start feeling like yourself again, stop thinking your body is working against you and start to get into the clear vision of what your body is supposed to feel like, how calm feels, how regulation feels, how balance for your hormones feels, how feeling connected with yourself and knowing what the healthiest version of yourself feels like. When you build on that foundation, not on the rocky one of diet culture, you see how sustainable it can be, and it is. And this is what I teach Why I created the Balanced Body Program, because the Balanced Body Program is that foundation. It's to help you and give you that step-by-step guidance into clarity, knowing how the system of your body as as a feminine woman, as somebody who needs to balance their hormones, feels and walks every single day, how that shift impacts your body, knowing how to make your own plant-based foods, getting in that mindset that keeps you in the space of knowing that even when you don't have motivation, this is the path that we are on because of this. What root cause you have going on, figuring that out, having the connection between your organs, your liver, your gut, your pancreas, your kidney, how to regulate them, regulating your blood sugar, regulating your blood pressure, regulating everything that you are needing. Because there are so many different women who are not understanding why you are leading yourself down a path of having insulin resistance and diabetes. And so then when they develop diabetes and they're thinking, oh, it just runs in our family, all the women have it. No, it's not. All the women in your family do not use cycle syncing techniques. And that's why all the women in your family are insulin resistant, because during that time, you're craving sugar. Knowing how to create yourself a structure that supports you every single month, not restricts you and makes you starve, but supports you so that you are operating according to how your body needs you to be eating and functioning, working out, etc. But it's about having a plan and stop playing this guessing game, knowing what path that you want to go down, preparing yourself before 2026, knowing that the decision to make a change happens when you say, I'm no longer going to do this. I'm going to start making and implementing small little changes. The women who wait are going to be confused, just like last year, just like the year before. But the women who know that preparation needs to happen and they know that it's a stressful time, not only in the economy, in the world, in the US, wherever you are living, it's a stressful time for everybody. Stop abandoning yourself and thinking that you're going to do it tomorrow or next week or in next month or a year from now. Knowing that the foundation that you choose starts now for your future, because we are in a very, very chaotic state. And when hospitals are closing, doctors are losing their job, nurses are losing their job, what do you think your future of health is going to look like when your insurance company drops you, or you have no hospital that is covered under your insurance, and you're sitting here with diabetes, you're sitting here with high blood pressure, maybe even cancer, and you need a surgery, you need a prescription, and they don't have it for you. They don't have coverage for you. You have to pay out of pocket. You don't have the money for it, because this is the path that we are going down. And we know this, and we're seeing it happen in real time. And yet not enough people are on go mode. And that's the problem. And that's going to be a big problem when everybody is flooding in, talking about how all their hormones are thrown off, their insurance companies have dropped them, they no longer get their birth control, or better yet, that they're being told that they have a fibroid or a cyst that they need to be removed, or they need a hysterectomy. That's a scary place to be in when you have no coverage, you have no doctor, you have no nurse, nobody that can help you. That's scary. Don't let it get to that point. And if you are somebody who knows anybody that needs help with that, share my live to them, share my account with them. Or if you are a woman that is dealing with that specifically, you need to join the Balanced Body Program. It is going to support you. My most recent client, and I posted it on my story, within 3 days of us having our initial meeting. So we had our meeting on Monday. She was messaging me by Thursday morning, telling me how she had so much change happening already. She was in less pain. She wasn't having the migraines that she was having before. Even she had coworkers coming up to her asking her what she was doing differently. It's about what you're consuming and how you consume that helps you shift. And if you are looking for the Balanced Body Program, it is linked in my bio. It won't be here in 2026, so join now while you can. I don't have any more for you guys, so if you have any questions, please drop them down. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, please do not forget to subscribe, and please drop any questions that you have down below. I do answer your questions afterwards on YouTube. The premiere will be posted on Thursday. I'm pretty sure this one will be posted on Thursday, so you'll be able to check this out on Thursday. I post every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube, so if you haven't gone ahead and subscribed, for everybody that's over here on TikTok, go ahead and check that out. That is also linked in my bio. And if you were not on my wellness email list, Wellness Wednesday, every single Wednesday, I've been sending them out for this whole entire year. Last year we did Food Fridays. We're going to stick with the Wellness Wednesdays. They're working out better than the Food Fridays for me personally. What about? Are you talking about the Balanced Body Program? Is that what you're asking me? What is the Balanced Body Program? Or are you talking about my YouTube? Are you asking about the YouTube? The YouTube is just basically the same thing I talk about on TikTok, just natural health, plant-based living, understanding purges and poison in your life. I have different playlists, so I'm just going through the playlist in my head and what I'm thinking. I have the Eat With Me's or me cooking plant-based meals, talking about healthy lifestyle journeys. What is the other playlist? The plant-based mastery playlist. I think that speaks to itself. The Balanced Body Program. The Balanced Body Program is a 6-week program. This 6-week program is going to help you be able to first get our mindset right and understanding and breaking that down, getting to cycle syncing methods. So this is the reason why it's a 6-week program. It's to help you be able to go through your full 4 phases of your cycle and knowing and understanding so that we can not only address what you have going on, whether you do have hormonal imbalances, if you have any cycle issues in general, and learning how to eat for that cycle, and that'll tailor us and move us into the plant-based foods. So then we'll learn about making plant-based foods, learning your favorite foods, making some alternatives. It's not about just completely flopping and switching everything. It's about us incorporating these different things so that you are able to feel comfortable through your shift. So by the end of the 6 weeks, it's sustainable and you have the methods of the foundation that is going to keep you in a plant-based light, but it's not going to completely misconstrue everything that you have going on. The Balanced Body Program is tailored to help you be able to shift this into your life rather than shifting your whole life to tailor to being plant-based, if that makes sense. As well as we'll make non-toxic products and natural medicine during the 6-week program. That'll be towards the end. And then at the end, we'll be having a detox, and then we'll have our ending session meeting. We have meetings all throughout the program. Every single week, I would like to meet with you. We have an app that you can reach out to me every single day during business hours that you need me. And we also have a follow-up about, I think I do it about 2 weeks after the program ends to see how you're doing, to see what else I can support you with, and etc. So we have about, I think we have about a Zoom meeting every week, but I think we probably have about 1 masterclass, maybe 2 masterclasses in there. I'm trying to think. I think it's 2 masterclasses, and then we have like our initial, like our intro meeting, outro meeting, and then like the midway check-in meeting. So we have like 3 big initial meetings in between the smaller meetings. So it's a lot of hands-on, just because I want to walk you step by step on how I've been plant-based for 5 years and to support you, and also to make sure that like you're not feeling like you're doing this journey on your own, because a lot of women do health journeys. They do keto, paleo, Weight Watchers, and etc. And it's not sustainable because doing it on your own can be difficult, especially when you're trying something new like making plant-based dishes, healing and balancing your hormones, as well as making non-toxic products. That can be a difficult thing to really wrap your brain around, especially in a 6-week span. But the way that I've set it up with our portal that we have online, as well as all the meetings that we have, I'm walking you through majority of it. There's rarely anything that you're doing on your own. The most thing that I think that you're doing on your own is doing outside reading so that we can come back and talk about it. And the only thing that I have you read is the cycle syncing page. I think that's the only thing that I have you really reading. Everything else is like video content. So I try to make it as simple as possible. That's why the program literally is the Balanced Body Program, because it's a simplification of how we balance the body fully as a woman, from the aspect of a woman. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? Any more questions for me, for the people that are in here? And if you are new here, how are you doing? My name is Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist. I've been plant-based for 5 years now, over 5 years. And it's been a great journey. It's been a great journey. I helped to cut out all those guessing games, those in-betweens, because I know when I first started, I had a lot, when I say a lot of guessing game in-betweens that like were throwing me off, it was a long 3 months of trial and error. Thank you for the roses. I really appreciate it. Any more questions for me at all before I get off? And I appreciate you guys for the gifts, for the comments, for the likes. Thank you, thank you. Y'all help push out the live so we can reach more people. We just hit 4K over here on TikTok. So congratulations to y'all, 4K followers. I felt like my journey was going so slow in the beginning with us reaching other people and like reaching other accounts for people who were looking or interested in being plant-based. And then it's like we just shot off after that, because I think like we've hit quite a few milestones this year. So I just want to kudos to y'all as well. If you were looking for more information about the Balanced Body Program, also that is linked in my bio. You can go check that out. It gives you a breakdown of the 6 weeks and a little bit of tidbit, as well as my testimonials from past clients and etc. people I've worked with. So I'm not seeing any more questions. I'm going to hop off. Happy Monday to all of you guys. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, it won't be Monday, but I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I have something I need to go take to UPS. Hopefully they are open and they're not too busy. So I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you guys later on this week, and peace, y'all.